The G20 summit declares Bitcoin and cryptocurrency not to be a risk to global financial systems. Mr. Wonderful announces an ICO backed by the SEC. Twitter cracks down on crypto ads. And MasterCard is open to some cryptos, just not all of them. We got all your headlines mixed with some daily market analysis. I'm Elio Trades, and your FUD TV Daily Update starts now. Diving into the charts, we can see that Bitcoin is clocking a serious gain of just over 12%, with Ethereum with a 10% gain, Ripple with a 20% push, getting back up, almost up to 70%. Bitcoin Cash looking nice with a 12% pump, Litecoin as well. The whole top 10 is getting into the game with big gains out of EOS, big gains out of Stellar, and big gains out of NEO. Now, as we cruise down, we can see that the biggest gainers in the top 100 are Quantum with a 40% gain, Status, Dragon Chain, Redcoin, KuCoin, Shares, and EOS. As we discussed yesterday, we have really just leaped off of this $275 billion market cap and really rebounded here. Obviously, we got some good news out of the G20 summit, but again, I do believe that there is more going on here as we see this number is of significance. We see ourselves bottom out here twice at the $275 to $79 billion range, and we see it again over here, 79. We see it 279 if you get close enough here, but anyway, the point is that this number of 279 seems to be indicative of a real floor for us as a total market cap, and it could have, obviously the Bitcoin charts didn't go quite as low as they did last time, but even when the alts got drained and the market cap fell to 279, or in that 270 range rather, we saw a leapfrog sort of response here where things have really just sprung out of nowhere. And like we're saying, whenever you go lower, if you grind down and cost average your shares down and keep playing as the market goes down, as you get lower in price, the same increases are bigger percentages. So getting from 2 to 300 billion is a 50% increase, whereas getting from 500 to 600 billion is only a 20% increase. These are the numbers, didn't create them, just relaying the facts. And of course, we have U.Cash here with a 152% bump, but it looks like another pump to me. Like, look at this. This is all over their chart. They have these little pumps that just last a couple hours, and this is the classic definition of a pump, just a spike and then a dump, a spike and then a dump. You get a couple normies FOMOing in, and then you dump. So that's what it looks like they're doing right now with this spike. Yep, you can already see it looks like it's starting to come down. So beware of U.Cash. The chart looks very fishy to me. Moving over to the G20 summit, we have some positive news as Mark Carney, the governor of the Bank of England, reported to the G20 summit that cryptocurrencies do not currently pose a risk to our financial system globally. This is good because it has been of concern to a lot of regulators that this kind of speculative investing might lead to tremendous fallout from the investment community and by extension, create some kind of financial crisis globally. It's really good news to have this worked out on an international level and have people sort of declare that this isn't really a risk and that we don't need to be clamping down. This is boding well. It shows that there's probably not going to be any kind of unified 20 country-wide ban of crypto or something wild like that. Like, I know there was some fears, some tensions about that happening. I don't see that happening anytime soon. This is very good, so thank you, Mr. Carney, for a little bit of positivity here, even though I know Mr. Mark Carney has been very much so split on this topic and has said quite a few things about cryptocurrency that are less than flattering. Regardless, we will make sure to keep you updated on all the revelations that come out of this summit. Speaking of being open to cryptocurrencies, MasterCard has just announced their willingness to cooperate and support cryptocurrency payments, just not anonymous junk. In essence, MasterCard is saying that they're willing to support cryptocurrencies that are backed by nations, much in the way that all legal tender is today. So we'll look for more virtual currencies being brought online by different nations, or I guess to MasterCard trusted parties that will allow for them to start supporting crypto payments in the future. In total, what we're seeing is that the world is supportive of digital assets, and it's just a matter of time before they really go mainstream. We're hearing that there are caveats and catches here and there, but in the end, this is the future of payments. This is the future of assets. And Twitter announces a ban on cryptocurrency and ICO-related advertisements, much in the same way that Google and Facebook has announced their bans on such types of advertisements. This is just more of the same. It shows that there is actually a very strong distaste for advertising or putting commercial backing behind the promotion of speculative investment products and dubious investment situations or straight up scams. This has been running rampant, and obviously the sort of there's a bit of a moral question here as to where our freedom of speech ends and someone's need to protect themselves from, these unworthy or scammy investments sort of meets a desire to protect a community from scammy investments. And we're seeing sort of an interesting debate play itself out here as to where the responsibility falls of the network itself to protect the users from something that may or may not be true. It's an interesting debate, and I think it's just the first chapter in many chapters of this debate. Kevin O'Leary takes to CNBC to announce his initial coin offering of his asset-backed ICO, which essentially is going to be a hotel that he's funding the development of through an ICO. So he's essentially working with the SEC to distribute equity in a big hotel development, which you can participate in and buy as little as a few dollars worth of investment into this hotel project. It's the first, I believe, big real estate project that's being funded this way, and probably the first of many, as it provides an interesting and very clever, unique funding mechanism. It may seem stupid to us who have been in cryptocurrency forever, but this is, of course, a revelation to people who have been waiting for more legitimate or securitized or backed crypto assets, where people can sort of very much so more simply understand the value of their asset and why it holds value. This is, to me, a very important moment where you can see household names like Kevin O'Leary, hopefully working with other household names like Hilton or something, in building this hotel and bringing more conservative, non-crypto, risk-averse investors who are very familiar with securities and real estate and in stock markets into this crypto asset world, and understanding that these digitalized assets are really catch-alls for any store of value or any ownership of any asset, and that this is not the future of money. I'm not buying some magic money that's better than your magic money. I'm buying investment in a very specific thing. And I think the more people understand ICOs and cryptocurrencies as investments, very specific investments in very specific projects, I think that the whole understanding of the industry is going to grow, and we can see a flourishing of this technology and, of course, a big rebounding on the price charts. Thanks so much for checking out our FUD TV Daily Update. If you enjoyed it, don't be afraid to smash up that like button. It really helps us and YouTube know you enjoyed the content. And of course, comment below. Let us know what you thought of this piece. What do you think of these various pieces of news? Twitter's new ban, Mr. Wonderful entering the ICO world, kind of a big deal, and the G20 summit, all good news. So as we see the charts turn green and we hopefully leave the bull market or the bearish weeks behind us, what are we going to be looking forward to? What are you guys most excited for? Let us know in the comments below. We're very excited to know what you guys think. If you're an investor or enthusiast in the space, subscribing to this channel is not a bad idea, as we do multiple cryptocurrency videos each and every day. I'm Elio Trades. It's been an absolute pleasure having you with us here on FUD TV, and we'll be back very soon with much more videos. Thanks so much, and we'll see you soon.